Now let's look at a different fixture type. This is not a wash unit, it's a spot unit, and so it has some more functionality to it than our Q wash did. It has the same moving light controls for intensity. I can roll the intensity up and down, and you can see us working in the visualizer. It has pan and tilt controls in the same way that my wash fixture had. Let's see if I can put it back down to where it's kind of useful. And again, we can scroll across to that. It has a color picker, right, that I can click around and I can come up with any color that I want. Again, our home features. It has additional color features. In addition to CYM color blending, it also has a color wheel. And the color wheel is just a fast way to get to some colors, right? And especially a CTO is often useful, color temperature orange. And colors that are sometimes hard to mix to. Red is often an option in the color wheel. Yellow is often an option in the color wheel that the CYM palettes just have a difficult time mixing to an attractive primary color. So blue is there, and then we'll just send that back home. So you have a color wheel option that's there. Now on the color wheel option, there are a couple of modes of operation for this color wheel, right? So we can choose to spin the color wheel, and it's kind of just a cheap effect. I'm not even sure if this is going to let me. Yeah, it is, right? So you can see that the wheel is actually rolling through its color. It's cycling through. It's just taking that wheel and rolling it through its color. Let's look at spin the other direction. And let's go up, right? So I can spin it in both directions. It also has a random color feature, and I think I can adjust that. The visualizer may not let me do it, but the fixture will. And what it does is it just randomly goes to a color, and by changing the color select, you actually change the speed that it goes. So let's just go ahead and send that to home, and let's put that back to continuous, right? And let's go across now. That was our color. Let's look at form. So now we have a few other options that are out here. I have my zoom, which I had before, and I had shutter strobe, which I had before. And let's just zoom this out a little bit so it's a little bit bigger, right? And we have our shutter strobe, and I think as I scroll it up and down, you can see that it does the same thing, that it'll just strobe, and let's send that back to home. But now I also have this edge, and edge is focus, right? So if I go to focus, you can see that I'm able to make the edge of my beam very sharp, or by going all the way in one way or the other, I can make it soft. It's just like an ERS, right? By running the barrel and adjusting the lenses, this fixture can make it sharp or soft, right? The other feature that's on this fixture that's not on our other fixtures is an iris. And so by running our iris down, you can see that we shrink it down to a dot. Now this is not zoom. They are different things. Let's go ahead and zoom all the way small, and now let's iris all the way small, and what we're able to do is to make just a pinpoint of light, a small tight shaft, right? So typically you're going to want to be zoomed all the way down as small as you can get before you iris, just so that you get maximum intensity, right? So that's iris. And some fixtures will do some tricks within their iris. Let's see what else we have. It looks like there's a diffusion filter, right? And that will make the image soft. It just softens it. It's like putting frost in. And our visualizer doesn't do that very well, but it does a little bit. And then from there, we'll go to our next video about gobos.